So let's start this wonderful new day with a couple of positive thoughts about yourself as a means to uplift the world. So just starting with a couple of gentle breaths deep down into your belly to allow your body to relax and your mind to become quiet. Any thoughts that come to disturb your little bit of peace, just let them come and let them go, like watching the passing clouds in the sky. Don't fight with them. Don't question them. Don't judge them. Just become aware of them, the type of thoughts you may be creating. Just become aware of them, acknowledge them, and wave them goodbye. Each time bringing yourself back to that silent space between each thought. Allowing that silent space to grow and intensify the more you practice. So while you're sitting there nice and quietly, just remind yourself, just for a few moments, tell yourself, I am a peaceful soul. I am a being of love and of light. A being of pure thought energy, sparking life in this body. I am not this body made of flesh and bones. But I am the being of light within, the one who makes this body move. This body is my instrument, my physical vehicle. But I am not this body and the roles that I play through this body. So let me not identify with the limited roles I play each day, for that would be heavy and burdensome. But let me remind myself that I am a being of love. I am a being of peace. And this simple remembrance gives me power to step out of my comfort zone and to step into my truth, my spiritual power, where I can have the courage to simply love regardless of what is going on around me, regardless how negative the world may be at times. Let me remain that being of light and remain above the dense vibration that we can so readily feel in the world today. Let me remain light and let me remain love. Let me remind myself of this every single day. to keep control of the reins of my own life. Om Shanti. So good morning and welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while, but here I am. So I wanted to have a little bit of a chat today about keeping love for myself, especially when others may be disrespecting me. So first of all, really understanding about energy, that we are all beings of energy flowing through these bodies into this world. And our attitude creates a vibration. And that vibration creates our atmosphere. So firstly, when others are being disrespectful, let me not buy into that energy. Because if I buy into that energy, it comes at a cost. At the cost of my own well-being, because when I buy into it, I now make it mine. I now own it. So we can do one of three things. Really understanding this energy. Firstly, if someone is throwing their energy at me through anger, through frustration, through self-entitlement, if I catch it, it hurts. It causes me pain. So I can either throw it back, which doesn't serve anyone, because then I'm creating pain also. But I can throw it back if I choose to, and if I feel justified, I might just do that. So let me not feel justified. Let me remain that being of love and that being of light. And let me recognize that someone is trying to either take that light from me or trying to dampen my light. Either way, let me keep shining. Let me keep radiating. The other thing we can often do is, if we don't throw it back, we might absorb it into our heart, which also hurts, which also causes pain. And if I'm a being of love and light, then anything that isn't love and light is going to not feel comfortable. And so if I absorb it into my own heart, I'm going to feel that pain. And if I don't resolve that hurt, I'm going to somewhere along the line hurt someone else, whether it's intentional or not. But because I've been absorbing that energy, my energy has now lowered. And so I'm not shining as bright as I could. And the more I feel hurt, the more I will end up hurting someone else. So let me not throw it back, and let me not absorb it into my heart. But instead, let me keep radiating that love and that light. And when I'm radiating that love and that light, what happens is when others throw their negative energy at me, if I'm radiating outwards, I'm going to transform that energy. One, it's not going to be able to hit me, and so I can't throw it back and I can't absorb it, because it's going to dissipate in the radiation of my light. And secondly, by doing that, I'm going to be able to transform it. I'm going to be able to transform that energy, and therefore I'm going to benefit everyone. Whether others like that or not, because sometimes people are determined to hurt someone else in order to make themselves feel better. Either they will puff themselves up and make you look smaller, or they will try and shoot you down. Either way, let me keep radiating that love and that light and not buy into that role at that particular time. And the more I radiate, the more I shine, the less I get caught up and become part of the problem and become part of that dense vibration. But instead, I remain above that vibration, and therefore I'm able to keep giving that light and that love. So remembering that I am a soul, this other person or people, they're a soul, and God the divine is a soul. And so if I remember to turn upwards and recharge and only take from the divine, I'm not going to feel that I'm going to need any kind of validation from anyone else. So that gives me then permission to just keep shining. One, because I'm going to be constantly full. Because if I'm going to keep taking the rubbish from others, the hurt from others, the negativity from others, it's going to drain my energy. And so I'm going to look outward and expect something back. But if I keep turning upwards instead, it makes it easier for myself to remember that I'm a soul and that they're a soul and that they're just lost in the role that they're playing at that moment. So let me not get caught up in that, and let me not lose my own vision, my own power. Because the second I react, I buy into that power and I literally give my power away to that person or situation in front of me. So I hope that made a little bit of sense today. I'm going to keep it nice and short, and let's just finish off with another meditation. So once again, taking a couple of gentle, even breaths deep down into my belly. And let me give myself permission to turn inward, away from the external world for just a little while. To give me the ability to turn upward and connect with the divine source of all energy. Like I'm plugging into a battery pack. And let me just be silent for a moment as I recharge. And as I'm recharging and filling myself full, as a means to heal some hurts, I can, if I choose to, bring those souls who may have hurt me in the past or in the present. I can bring those souls in front of me while I'm plugged in. Because that way I remember that I am a soul and they too are a soul. No matter how hurtful or destructive they may be behaving. And because I'm plugged in and recharging with the Supreme Soul, the being of all energy, the source of all energy, let me simply fill up and radiate outwards. Let me fill up and simply shine like a lighthouse so that others can benefit. Whether they realize it or not, that doesn't matter. Let me just continue to shine outwards. And if they refuse to take benefit, that's okay. At the very least, I will not be affected by their heavy energy. I will not be affected by their low vibration. Instead, I keep my vibration up and light. so that my mood doesn't change. And through this I can have love and compassion, even for those with the lowest of low vibration. I can simply have mercy because I simply keep shining. So let me send that light and that love outwards, knowing that I am constantly filled, giving me faith to keep going, allowing me to trust my own vibration, to never question myself or second guess myself. But just simply keep shining. Om Shanti.